do, 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 do. Oh no. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get some makeup on. Oh, I guess I'll bring myself in too. Hi, hello. Welcome. Hmm. I see Ripple. Lovely. Hello. Hi, Ripple. Are you baking today, Miss Ripple? Are you cooking? Hi. Finish up your work? Excellent. I'm just getting started. What was Diane talking to me about last night? I got a cute text from Diane last night. Oh, it's a voicemail. Hello. Late night musings. Ah, from Diane. Right, my love? Oh, what was this about again?
Hi, Chantel. Oh my God, I just saw, I tagged you in a comment on a post, and this woman is just, she's talking to a police officer in, I think, England or Ireland, I don't know, somewhere where they're protesting Palestine. Anyway, and she's shaming him, essentially.
Bring back shame.
But in this beautiful way. And I wrote, this is matriarchy.
Oh, yes. Yes. Bring back shaming. We need to make signs. Hashtag bring back shaming. We need to shame them for those text messages. We need to shame them for those voicemails. We need to shame them for being abusive. We need to shame them for being coercive. We need to shame them for being willfully ignorant. It's time to bring back shaming. All right? Don't you think? I think so. It's beautiful. Instead of, okay, so Diana's saying we have to be mean. It's not mean. It's shining a light on behaviors they hope we hide for them. They didn't tell us, don't send this to anyone, don't show this to anyone. They hoped we would keep their toxicity a secret. We don't need to. Body count does matter to losers. I never dispute that. You must be a loser to be that controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, or PP obsessed. Hi, Ripple.
I'm on. Okay, sorry. I this ties into what you and Diane are talking about. I've been kind of struggling with everything in the US right now, but then today it kind of, well, yesterday it hit me that all these guys have been telling us women like, you know, oh, this guy just hit my truck. Oh, well, it was just this tarp anyway. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Anyway, I don't think it did any damage. Um, Okay, so all the guys about, telling us, oh, well, you have no value because you're single and you don't have kids, right? But then yesterday it hit me that I was like, wait a second, maybe this is like our superpower. We're single and childless.
Uh-huh.
We have nothing to lose, really. And we're in a fight to save our democracy in our country right now. And women, especially, are in a fight to save our rights.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm like, I think we are meant to like lead this, to be honest, to like lead the resistance and to really make it to disrupt this administration's plans and everything it's trying to do.
Agree. So, what is the greatest enemy for the oppressor of us? What is the greatest enemy to them? Our education. Us being educated is their biggest threat. So the more time we have, the more time we have to educate ourselves. So if I'm not looking after a male, I can do research. If I'm not looking after children, I can do research. We,
I wanted to say too, when I said we have to be mean, I don't think it's mean, but I mean I say it in the sense that it's a simple way of saying we have to stop being nice women,
yeah.
kind women, considerate women. We have to stop being worried about their feelings, you know?
Yeah. This is no longer the time of women being soft, quiet, and demure. This is the time of women standing up and leading.
Spoils women. He ruins women, apparently. So he thinks women are ruined by men. You must be a -1, H&J.
Oh, of course he's a -1, right? Because isn't he saying the more males a female has been with, the more she loses value? What he's saying is my belief is males have a less than zero value. Because if a female was a 1 out of 10 and he was a 0, she'd still be a 1. He's worth less than 0. That's what it takes to reduce a woman's value. And he's very proud to come here and tell us how worthless he is. Now, it's not our job to try to change him. It's not our job to change his mind, but it is our job to eliminate the worthless males. And it really makes it easy for us when they tell us they're worthless. I don't need that. I just used a visual aid. Did it help? Hi, Black Butterfly. So what makes a man valuable? A valuable man is a 12 out of 12, chapter 37 in your dating book, The 12 Character Traits. He's a 12 out of 12. In other words, he makes the right decisions. Good. So did it help? Did you understand with the -1? So what also makes a man valuable to you, right? So a 12 out of 12, no less. Follow my advice to get somebody who makes the right decisions, but also define yourself to know what you deserve. So what is going to be valuable for you is somebody who matches your energy in addition to being a 12 out of 12. This is for women. And I also have the same methodology for men. And I've also released this methodology for the LGBTQ plus community. And you will find that all those buttons in the link in my bio to get your books from Amazon. So for the LGBTQ plus, that's going to be your ebook in there. Cat ladies. So Tyler is proud to tell us that a 4-footed furry creature that doesn't speak but shits in a box is a better selection than him. I believe you, Tyler. I'm not disputing anything with you. Ladies, again, when people tell you who they are, believe them. We're not arguing with them. Arguing is a lack of acceptance. We accept them. Our job is not to change them. It is to identify them. Is this a guy, a selfish short-term thinker, not the selection, but the elimination? Or is this a man, a generous long-term thinker, the one that you are looking to select? So it's your job to identify which is why your methodology is observation before selection, so that you can make that identification and then deal with them appropriately. When you find out that they're disrespectful, they're small-minded, they lack communication skills, they're inconsistent, they're lazy and selfish, you simply block and delete them. You go, damn, this methodology really worked. It's a good thing I used it. Hi. Meow meow. Hi, Sinchaps. Love my cat. Hello, exactly. What makes a woman a -1? Women are not running around the internet saying body count matters, right? There might be some girls that are -1s, but women are not like that. Women stand confidently in the present, assessing data as it unfolds because women practice intelligence. I met a few, Mr. Jedson. Erasing your comments? Oh, we just get rid of losers, and then we get rid of losers who want to stroke loser buddies, right? Like, yo, if you guys want to go stroke each other, you got to do it somewhere else, because we're not interested in watching you pleasure each other. This is not the place. Everything I say is fair. Everything I say is logical.
Hello.
Hi, what topic are you here for?
Well, I mean, it says on your screen, body count doesn't matter, and I totally agree. I don't think it does at all.
So this is a debate. So if you are in agreement, perfect. That's not opposition. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, this is for opposition. Oh,
That's
my
okay.
bad.
Well, it's great meeting people who can stand confidently in the present. We like to know that you people exist as well, right? I'm not the only one who can stand confidently in the present. I'm not the only one who's grounded in reality. I'm not the only one who understands that what's more important than who you did or didn't do is who you are. And I appreciate knowing you exist.
Thank you. I know this may be weird, but do you want me to just leave the live since I'm like for it, or do you want me to stay?
No, you can hang out and engage with people in the chat and be one of our
Oh,
ways that, when people say it definitely does, you can be like, why does it? And you can challenge them. And, if they say STDs, you say, well, don't you understand that safe sex starts with asking for STD test results, not asking for
mm-hmm.
the number, using logic instead of making up stories in your head? You can do that.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, it's true. There's no excuse not to have protection.
Exactly. Thank you, my love. Have a good one. STDs are real, so is armpit chlamydia, and we can tell who has armpit chlamydia because they don't understand what safe sex is. They talk about higher rates of body count means higher rates of STDs because these people don't ask for test results. They ask for a number and then tell themselves a story and then believe their own delusional story, meaning they'll pick up the STDs in the other person and then go spread them because, again, they're not doing any testing. But if you go to Google and you type in armpit CH, you're going to see the autofill is armpit chlamydia because the guys like Cadone, they don't ask for test result, they ask for a number. They're super spreaders. We don't want you super spreaders around us. When people say stuff like that, we instantly block and delete them because we know this guy's got armpit chlamydia. A poor track record? Why do you call consensual sexual activity to understand kinks, to understand what body type they like, to understand their sexuality? Why would you call that a poor track record? I call that being better educated by the time I meet them.
do any damage, but he didn't even stop to see if he did damage. Like, what the fuck, my guy?
I'm a man with a low body count. I want a woman the same. Look at all my rejections. You're supposed to say no to people who ask you as much as I was told no by the people I asked. It's not fair that you got more than me. I'm gonna sit here like a toddler, crying my big toddler tears like this. It's not fair if you had more than me. It's not fair. I got so rejected and you didn't. Wah! I can't handle if you did more than me. My imagination can't cope. I don't want you to be my match. I want you to have said no as much as I was rejected, because that's the metric I go by, because I'm so shallow. It's not about who you are as though I was going to assess you like a human being. No, I wasn't going to assess you like you had qualities and character and personality. Nope. I'm all about the genitalia and the activity of the genitalia. And I'm going to ask you what your genitalia did and compare it to my genitalia. And if your genitalia surpassed my genitalia, I'm not interested. Because that's how shallow I am. Do you see what I'm... Ladies, this is what you're getting rid of. This absolute lunacy is what you get rid of when you block and delete the guy who's asking you what your body count is. Yeah. Miss Shauna, hello, Ellie Jane. They don't want you to have a frame of comparison. Oh my goodness, comparison makes them weak in the knees. Is he big or is he small? I don't know. Let's add a comparison point. Is he big or is he small? Shit, she's gonna figure it out. Oh no, is he big or is he small? No. She's gonna know how inadequate I am. The more education she has, the more she sees how inadequate I am. That's why they fear comparison, ladies, because they know in comparison he's worse than what you had before. Non-existence. Do you see that? They don't exist. Idea.
Hello?
Hi, what topic are you here for?
Oh, I thought there's only one. Body count.
No, actually, there's a lot that I can talk about. My name is Chantel Hyde. I wrote, 10, 11, 12, 14 books on dating and relationships. If
All
you
right.
Google who is Canada's best dating coach, you're probably going to see my name right here, Chantal Hyde. We could talk about getting into the right relationship. In other words, picking somebody who loves you more than dysfunction. We can talk about having a zero fight relationship. In other words, you picking functional behaviors. We can talk about career coaching, general happiness, your health, physically, mentally, being safe in this world. It's a crazy world now, isn't it? Or we can talk about the debate topic, which I am hosting in a facts over feelings debate methodology. Facts over feelings means we're not personalizing the topic. This is the topic all by itself without you inserting yourself, starting a sentence with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience. A factual way would be like this. Would you agree this is a key?
Yes.
So a fact is something outside of you and I, agreed upon on site because it is so obvious. You could bring a fact or science. If you're bringing a science, I need title of the peer-reviewed study you read, the website you found it on, the page number and paragraph number where you put the words you want to present. We'll go find those words and then you can say them out loud. And this is how we ensure there's no amplification of lies, fear-mongering, or disinformation. Is that fair?
Yeah, sure.
What do you want to say?
It definitely matters just because like I wouldn't wife someone that.
No, you said I. You're not.
Yeah.
So facts or science. Did you remember that a fact doesn't start with I?
I think that's a key though.
You think or you know? Is this a fact?
If it doesn't open anything, it's not. It's not like oh, don't hit me with that.
It's right. It's real, right? So
Fine, it's a key.
I feel, my experience, my opinion, those are not sentence starters. You
All
are
right.
the topic.
All
This
right.
is the topic all by itself, because let me put it this way. If you think spinach is yucky and you feel like you never want to eat it again, does that mean I need to stop eating spinach?
Yeah, you probably should. That's like, why would you force yourself to
Well,
eat
that's
spinach?
stupid. If you're going to be stupid, I'm not going to continue the conversation.
Excuse me.
Or do you choose intelligence? I can tell by your reaction that you choose stupid. So I choose to end the conversation because I choose intellectual conversations. So if anybody wants to applaud bro, just know that you'll be removed because this is not the bro page. Hold on, let me remove some bros here because I have zero interest. Women don't listen to bros anymore. Women don't give space to bros anymore. Women eliminate bros. We get rid of them. So again, if you don't like the tone, go somewhere else. We don't care for little baby boys who cry about where they are. If you don't like it here, you move on. Don't complain. Complaining is boring. You're an adult. Get yourself out of here if you don't like where you put yourself, okay? I'm not your mommy. I don't clean up the mess you created for yourself, and neither is any of the women here your mommy cleaning up the mess you created for yourself. If you're going to cry, you're going to go. Hi, what topic are you here for?
Hi. Here for body count doesn't matter.
So this is the debate topic, which we are conducting in a facts over feelings debate methodology. This is not a personalized debate because I'm not debating you on you in an attempt to change you or your mind or ideas in any way, shape, or form. So we're not starting a sentence with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience. Facts or science only. A fact would be like this. Would you agree this is a key?
Mm-hmm.
So a fact is something outside of you and I, agreed upon on site because it is so obvious. If you wanted to bring a science, before you say the words you found in the study, we're going to go find them to make sure there's no lies or fear mongering or disinformation happening here. So for you to show us where you read the words, we need title of the peer-reviewed study, website it was on, page number, and paragraph number. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you got? Facts or science?
Facts.
Okay.
Would you say when you were younger, let's say around 20, 25, were you looking for a man that had a bright future ahead of him? That could
A bright future. At 25, I was having fun. At 25, I was doing whatever I wanted.
That makes sense.
Looking for somebody to settle down with.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay.
But no, but here I am at 53, 20 years in a relationship with a man who has built an empire as I walked by his side, beside my king. So all these things that you're telling yourself about me, you're incorrect, but you are proving the point that shush, you don't talk when I talk. But you are proving the point that 100% of the losers, and I'm including you, who think body count matters, make up stories in their head and believe their own delusions. You're making up assumptions right now, but do you know what the dictionary says an assumption is? It's a belief without evidence. You believe what you tell yourself because you're mentally ill. I didn't write mentally ill on my list of what I'm looking for in a long-term partner, but best believe when I wrote this book, teaching women how to pick a man, I looked at the man I have, I define him, and I teach women how to pick a man just like mine.
They don't even understand the word fact. Like, they don't understand what a fact is.
Well, what do we say, Diane? These people are failures 4 times. They failed to listen. They failed to be able to acquire any new information because their minds are completely closed off. And they failed to understand Very simple, simple things. Why? Because they have no respect for women. That's why they don't listen to anything a woman says. You have a vagina. I like the boys in their pee-pees. That's why I listen to the Roided Up Podcast Bros. That's more my type. But I'm not going to keep them away from their podcast, bros. That's why we block and delete them, so they have more time to go listen to the podcast, bros. Oxytocin. Okay, so this person here, West Coast, now you have to give 4 pieces of information to prove you didn't just push some disinformation here. You have to give title of the peer-reviewed study. You read that in. Website it's on, page number and paragraph number that says that. You don't get to say one word until you provide those 4 pieces of information to prove that exists in a scientific study, because you brought it up. So now you have to show us exactly where. And you can't say anything else until you do, because that's the rules. The rules are you don't get to come here and lie, because I teach women to eliminate liars immediately. And that's what I do here, because I follow through, because I teach women to follow through, because I teach women to listen to what they're saying. You said fair, and I said you can't say one word until you provide the 4 pieces of information. So I'm going to reread what you wrote here, and then I'm going to have you type something more appropriate. You wrote, what about oxytocin and vasopressin and the role of emotional pair bonding? And I told you to go get the 4 pieces of information to show me that's actually existing in a scientific study. And you said, fair. So are you conceding that nowhere does that exist in a scientific study? Are you conceding that the podcast bros made that up and told you that so that you could go against women and say, you're not allowed to have consensual sex because it's going to mess you up. You won't be able to pair bond. So are you conceding that that is a lie told by the podcast bros to create an army of minions to attempt to demean women? Are you conceding that? Yes or no? And I need a full sentence. I am conceding that there is no science in regards to pair bonding and women and body count. I need to see it in a full sentence.
Oh,
Ripple, watch your ears. I'm going to bring myself in, okay, love?
okay. So
Where's that full sentence? Because you writing fair is not enough. So I'm going to give you one more minute. It says 6:29 here. If it says 6:31 and you didn't write that full sentence, I'm going to take away your voice tonight.
conceding when they said fair? Was that their way of conceding?
Yeah, but none, that's not enough.
I love it. Brutal. She's not letting up. She's got that foot, that boot
Okay,
on your
so
neck.
West Coast, I said title of the peer-reviewed study. The title of the peer-reviewed study, what is it? Is that supposed to be the title? The neurobiology of love and pair bonding from human and animal perspective. Is that supposed to be the title? That's the title. What's the website it's on? What's the page number, paragraph number?
That's the title. We've had this one before.
Page number, paragraph number. Website it's on. Let's go. Is your boyfriend watching Corn Cheating? Not unless he's replacing you with that. Look at this guy, total scam, right, ladies? Look at this, total scam. Okay, so Vince now has to bring title of the peer review study. Website is on, page number, paragraph number, because as per Vince, there's a science out there, and I'm a scammer for calling for the science. So Vince is going to prove to us that the science exists, and I'm watching Vince now. Title of the peer review study, website is on, page number, paragraph number. Let's go, Vince. Facts over feelings. This is not about your fifis here. This is about facts and science only. So you call me a scammer? Bring us the proof. Not a word until you do. By the way, you say one word, that's not the proof. You're gone. Poof, disappeared.
West Coast, stand down, soldier. I can tell you just by your title that you are reading a study about animals, not humans.
Page number, paragraph number. Page number, paragraph number. Let's go. Hey Joe, what topic are you here for?
Hi, wait, what does open forum mean?
So my name is Chantal Hyde. I am Canada's dating coach. I have 12-ish books on dating and relationships. If you Google who is Canada's best dating coach, you're probably going to see my name. I get a lot of people who come here asking for advice on how to pick the right person, how to relieve conflict in their relationships, career coaching even. So there's a lot that I am capable of talking about and helping you with. But if this is the subject that you're here for, that is the debate subject, which I am discussing in a facts over feelings debate methodology. That means this is not an individualized topic because this is not your name up here. It's the topic all by itself. We're not starting a sentence with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience, because I'm not here to listen to you talk about you. We can talk about this in a factual or scientific way only. Are you prepared for that debate?
Yeah, I'm so prepared for everything.
I can't hear you, my love. You're muffled. I don't understand what you're saying.
Hello?
Hello. I think we have a bad connection. I can't hear you properly. It sounds like you're muffled. Sounds like you're in bed talking through some blankets or something. So I don't know if you're able to fix that and then come back.
Other news, our West Coast Marine said it's page 3, paragraph 3.
Okay.
I have the study, but there's no page numbers. I don't know what page 3, paragraph 3 means. And I don't know what he's trying to say.
You actually pull up, there's a page 3, paragraph 3, if you pull up the PDF. So when you search it, I don't know if your Google's the same as mine, but if you go to researchgate.net, that's where the actual study is.
On PMC, so it's like a web page.
Google, scroll down to researchgate.
I'm on my other phone. I don't want to download this on my phone. I don't care enough.
Download it. You don't have to download it. It has it laid out like page by page on there. I thought it was going to because it said PDF, but then when you click on it, it says the page number and you just scroll.
Right, full text links. You told me to go to what?
Researchgate.net.
This could have been so much easier if he conceded.
This meeting could have been an email.
Could have been an email, CC everyone involved.
It is
But
jealousy.
he had to get up on the side horse.
It is jealousy, right? Like you see the ones that are like, she can't have a higher body count than me because I can't cope. I have no ability to cope if she's had more bodies than me, because her having more opportunities drives me crazy. Her having more experiences drives me crazy, because the idea of a woman having more drives me crazy.
Page 3, paragraph 3 is mother-infant bonding is dependent on mothers recognizing infant stimuli.
So he lied, Ripple?
Relationship between parental nurturing and pair bonding. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, and then it's
It
talking
had,
about animals and rodents and
So he lied.
yeah.
So he lied. Bye, liar.
you are relieved of your duties, soldier. Semper Fi and all that.
I do.
Hi, have I logged it?
Hi.
Hi, it's lagging for me. I'm sorry, I wanted to talk about that bar bonding, but I need 5 minutes pause, so I will just mute this. I'm so sorry.
No worries, no worries. We loved you. Exactly, Dondra. Anybody who says I had to control you before I met you in order to accept you today is too toxic.
No one asked.
We're not interested in you coming here and talking about yourself. Like, we're not. Body count doesn't matter, no matter how high, no matter how low. The number is irrelevant. Whatever number you tell us is uninteresting and irrelevant, because what is always more important than any number you toss is who you are, the character you choose. Always more important than any number you say. Always who you are. Hide it. We're not hiding it. We block and delete you for being a loser. We block and delete you for being insecure. We block and delete you for making up stories. We block and delete you for being delusional. We block and delete you for being controlling and PP obsessed. We block and delete you because we're too evolved to deal with somebody like you. Watch this guy disappear. See? Irrelevant. What do, ladies? You squish the ant. Squish the ant. Squish the ant. You get rid of them. What they think doesn't matter. What they feel doesn't matter. What they want doesn't matter. What you want matters. Your goals matter. Your mental health matters. Your emotional well-being and safety matters. Your ambitions and financial responsibility and work ethic matters. These losers don't exist. You remove them at the first sign of their dysfunction, because their dysfunction will not distract you from what you can achieve for yourself. No more dysfunctional males means no more being held down, no more being restricted, no more losing your money, your time, your sanity because this loser can't pull it together. We're done. No more mistakes means no more suffering. Watch this loser disappear. Losers don't matter because losers don't exist. Squish the ant. Right.
I wanted to say 2 points. One of them is to Dread. I know that it was not from the bad perspective, or that I think that you don't think that way, but you said that study is referred to animals but not to humans. But actually humans are animals, and that is something that people typically miss. And I just wanted to point out. And the reason is why it should be different, because we are different animals. We have cognitive, affectionate bonding. And that's why I wanted to join in, because I was thinking that you will go through that study and discuss it, and I wanted to clarify that that first part that is about woman and child is specifically about affectionate bonding that we have, but that not all story about humans, and that needs to be story about cognitive and affectionate bonding that is much deeper, flexible, and agile, that doesn't keep us in constraints that they want to impose on us.
I love you for bringing new words to me. Cognitive affectionate bonding. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful because that is so aligned with the no kissing for 3 months dating rule. You create cognitive affectionate bonding in that process. I've had males say to me that they love using the no kissing for 3 months dating rule because I'm quoting here, you have to become inventive with your ways of showing affection.
Also, when I'm teaching people how to get into relationships, like my clients, I also always explain to them there is cognitive affectionate bonding. So that is two parts. First of all, it's about thoughts and how we approach each other on the level of thoughts. And that should be the first level that we go into. Because when we do affectionate bonding, it's about emotional brain. Emotional brain doesn't analyze, doesn't understand. It just goes where it's good. So we need to define what we want to achieve. If we want something good, we do it not so that our brain wants to adjust to that reality and go into it all the time. That is how like addiction part, when we are choosing the wrong person. And when we are doing the cognitive stuff, we can quicker disregard those that don't fit us. That's why I really liked what you teach, because it very aligns with reality and logic and science and psychology of people, like completely.
Yeah. Have you ever studied like other dating coaches out there?
Actually, to be honest, I just don't like this perspective where they are coaches, because I don't believe that the persons themselves might be educated enough without proper education, etc., etc., etc. But I'm coming to those environments like I came to you. I was like, I will sit and I will listen, because I need to assess. I don't want to say just that my core belief that it might not work. And typically I meet people that are not on that part where they know what they are talking about. I don't want to assume it about everyone. So that's what I did with you. And I'm happy that you are that unique person that actually smart and knows what they are talking about. Because typically it's not the case, unfortunately. But it's just my observation.
I appreciate you, my love. Tink. So I can help people choose the right partner for a long-term relationship, date effectively, select effectively. In a relationship, I can help people overcome anything from small disagreements to big issues. Sometimes, you know, what it comes down to is you made a mistake in the selection. We got to get rid of this person, find the person who's not a mistake. So sometimes the answer is it's a mismatch. Sometimes the answer is you think he's the problem, but he's not. What is it that you're dealing with, my love? Maybe I can help you.
I sent her an invite if she's still here.
Went out, it's the same with Diana. I came skeptical, but I observed and I seen psychological stuff there. I tried to explain to Diane, but it's difficult to explain to someone who didn't read what I read. And it's like I'm talking different language and I understand that, but she actually does everything correctly. And I love her for that. And I think that you are very synergic being together because you approach cognitive stuff while she approaches emotional stuff, and you are healing together very well for people.
I think so too. Together forever. Just listening for now. Okay. Tink, did you want to maybe allude to what it is? Just type a little something in the comment section. Maybe I'll start talking and maybe it will align with what it is. You can type something. You can ask a question in the comment section. What do you do if? How would you approach this? What should I do when? Is it wrong if? What should I say when? Hello, Mare.
Well, she dropped some keywords, betrayal trauma from husband's corn addiction.
And, oh, was that you? Somebody asked earlier. Hello, hello, Mr. Wolfie. Somebody asked earlier if watching corn was cheating, and I said only if they're replacing you with that. So, okay, Tank. Are you like is you and him don't have intimacy? You feel replaced by that? Is that the betrayal? Is he choosing that instead of you? Yes, it does matter to losers. I don't dispute that for a second. You have to be a loser to be that controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, and or PP obsessed. Can't look at a female without thinking about male genitalia. My ex had a corn addiction, expected me to do what he watched. Got mad when they didn't. Glad that's an ex. People like that need to immediately become exes. Immediately, my love. Right? When they use anger to try to control and manipulate you. Boundaries said that was broken. Right. Okay, so that didn't answer my question though. I understand, but we're here now. So is he choosing that instead of you when it comes to intimacy? What's considered an addiction when it's dysfunctional? It did replace me, did. Past tense? What about now? Is it, like what's going on now? 3 years?
Is he looking at you while thinking about the corn stars?
We're not in his head, my love. What's important to you makes you irrelevant to me. See? It's not that what's important to them is irrelevant to you. It's, oh, now that I've identified you're one of those, you are irrelevant to me. All of you, you are rejected. Not just your ideas, not just your beliefs. You in your entirety are blocked because under no condition will somebody with that mindset exist in my environment. Working on it says pain and betrayal and his lies hurt. So do you want to stay together or do you want to remove yourself from this relationship, Tink? Which one? Oh God, this loser. So losers always want women to stay with them, even though losers don't get a woman's presence because losers don't deserve us. Oh, I put a baby in you, so now you have to stay with me forever. Right? That's what abusers say. And you want women and children to stay with abusers because you're one of them. Right? So I just got rid of you because people like you don't exist. We fizzle you, fizzle. He's not victim blaming. He's trying to convince women to stay with toxic losers because if women stayed with toxic losers, he'd have a female in his environment dealing with the toxic bullshit, right? So he's trying to demean women who leave toxic bullshit because toxic bullshit wants access to women's bodies. So this Jabba the Hutt loser here just got removed, eliminated. Somebody take a warm nap inside of him.
I got choked out. Anyway, details doesn't matter.
I just take a combination of visuals from that movie, right? Because like in the beginning, Luke Skywalker, there was like he was in a blizzard, right? He's on a planet that's like all snow, and he's got to stay warm. So I'm pretty sure Jabba the Hutt would have been pretty warm. You want to stay?
Listening, I was spaced out, sitting here crafting a master plan for going downtown Seattle tonight, and all I hear is someone take a warm nap inside of him. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Ripple walks away for 5 minutes and hears something like this.
Okay. I saw your message, my love. I want to stay. I need to work on healing. Okay. So I'm with you if that's what you want to do. I support family. And if you feel that there is enough good to make this work, then I'm with you. So here's the thing. You said I want to stay and I need to heal. So these are my relationship books. This is Fix That Shit for women, and this is Fix That Shit for men. What you need to learn to do is take control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors in order to facilitate your healing. Do you agree with what I just said here? That in order for you to heal, you need to be in better control of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Do you agree with that? Snow, thank you. I do, okay. I had to as well. So what you are talking about is something I had to learn to do, which is get out of my imagination. In other words, stop obsessively spinning over things that were not currently happening. So get out of my imagination, ground myself in reality. He's not doing this anymore. And in this point of reality, do behaviors that calm my anxiety, my stress, my fear, because those emotions are very overwhelming and abundant, are they not? So what I have you do is very specific exercises that teach you how to be in control of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, facilitate reducing stress, fear, and anxiety, and have you grounding yourself in the present and being able to move forward with your partner despite all the difficulties you experienced in the past. I fought with my husband for 10 years. We were on the verge of divorce over my insecurity, by the way. I needed to change. I needed to get a hold of my thoughts, my emotions, and my behaviors. This is how I did it. We've not had a fight in 9 years. We are at peace. So if you want to use my advice to accomplish this calmness, this is the methodology. This is the way to do it. Do you read books or do you consume audiobooks? There's a bunch of tricks that I teach you. Meditation is the first one, and then we layer a bunch of other behaviors on top. But because we started with this, all of this is easy. Insecurity is what has me feeling low. Yes, no self-worth. I like Audible. So I do have this in an audiobook. This is not an audiobook, but you can get him this so that he can fix his shit. You get in this book, you say, hey baby, I got you this book. I'm just going to stick it by the toilet. You can read a chapter whenever you sit to poop, because they're very short and sweet. And they really are. I made this so easy for men to consume. You can get this paperback on Amazon. There's a button to Amazon.com in the link in my bio. You can get this in audiobook in the link in my bio as well.
Her books, if you're interested in like healing, well, I know you're interested in healing, but I do energy healing work on my lives for free Sunday through Thursday evening starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to do some healing like right now,
Yeah.
you can come and see me in the evening and I will help you release the pain of what you experienced. And then you can keep using the information in Chantal's books to just like keep working on yourself. But I can help you heal the pain around this so you can let it go.
So,
But
go on, Jay.
also, Tink, just to let you know right now before you purchase, they're not available in Audible.
So what you have here, Tink, is a community. There's a lot of people who come here very regularly, and Diane is here regularly. Between the two of us, you have somebody that you can come and talk to and ask questions to. And also, you'll notice a lot of people in the comment section here, people were responding to you. These are people who come here regularly. They are very helpful, and they're here to give you answers as well. We're here for you to lean on us. We're here as a source of strength. You can come see me 6 p.m., minimum 2 hours Eastern time. You can hop over to Diane, 8:30 p.m. I'm Monday to Friday. She's Sunday to Thursday. Between the two of us and all this community here, you will have people who are rooting for you and really want to help you find peace, want to help you and your husband fall back in love, want to help your family thrive. We would love to see you being happy, whatever form that means. Trying to do it alone is so hard. We're here for you, my love. So, Tink, I have a recommendation for you that helps me see clearly what you are dealing with. The advice that I'm giving you is if you picked a 12 out of 12. The only issue you brought here is the corn issue, which you say has been addressed and he's not doing anymore, and now you just need to get over the emotional stuff. The criteria that I have for people to pick a long-term partner is a 12 out of 12. I don't know if you know this about me, my love, but I am a wealth of knowledge. So a 12 out of 12 is somebody who makes the right choices. In the link in my bio is a $5 12 character trait quiz. If you took that quiz and told me if there were any A's versus B's, and noted which ones were A's instead of B's, and then came back and gave me that information, I might have some different advice for you. So if you wanted to do a more in-depth analysis of your own relationship and then bring me that information to get more precise advice, I'm here for that as well, my love. Yeah, you have your people. proven to emotionally bond people. So now you have to bring me 4 pieces of information to prove you didn't just lie on my page. And if you don't, I'll remove you for lies, fear mongering, and disinformation, which is not allowed here or in any woman's life. So you have to bring me title of the peer reviewed study. You read that in. Wink, wink. The website you found it on, the page number and paragraph number where you read those words, wink, wink, and you can't say anything until you bring me those 4 pieces of information. So what's your name again? UG, that's you, UG. I'm watching you. 4 pieces of information to prove you didn't just lie. Because we women don't let liars stay in our vicinity. We remove liars. We get rid of liars. We squish liars like ants, make them non-existent, toss them in the garbage, picked up by the garbage man, brought to the landfill, buried under microwaves and dirty diapers where your lies belong. He said 1 word but no proof. So what do we do with that? We do exactly what we said we were going to do. Bye, liar. Squish the ant. They love testing you. I love following through. Squeeze. What day is it today? What is it? Wednesday? Thursday? Where are we? Can't be Thursday.
It's Wednesday. Is that person not loading or?
No.
Hmm.
It is Wednesday. Okay. So remember AJ? AJ's gonna be on my podcast. We're gonna talk on Friday. AJ is P time. I don't know what P means, but we're gonna talk at 6:30 P time. What is that?
Pacific.
Is
That's
it
West Coast
Pacific?
time.
All
So
right.
that's 4 o'clock now, Pacific Coast.
Right now it's 4. Yeah, because Pacific is 3 hours earlier. So at 3:30 p.m. on Friday, him and I are gonna have a chat.
No, it's 6. Did you say 6:30 p.m.?
It would be
Yes,
9:30. It would be 9:30 our time, Eastern Standard Time.
Oh yes, got it. Right. Okay, yes, yeah.
Yep.
I went the wrong way.
I'm on the West Coast right now.
So you are 4 p.m. right now, right? No, what'd you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
4:04. Tink, thank you so much, everyone. I have to go make dinner. Appreciate you all very much. Come back whenever you want to, my love. Dia. Every minute are large and light. Not everybody. Not everybody is healing. Not everybody needs to. I'll look into the quiz. Good. Okay, Tink. It's in the link in my bio. You can do it anytime.
We're always in a place of healing. Like, because I've actually done videos about this. Because sometimes people say, "Oh, this person is healed," or "I'm healed," and you may have healed an issue, but I think there's always things that come up that we can always be like working on, processing, healing. If we're always trying to level up and get more, evolve and all of that stuff, then it's a continual state of growth and learning and processing and healing, I
Right,
think.
but it's unfair to put it all under criteria of healing. There is healing and there is development.
Hang on, was
Healing,
Diane done talking? I'm just saying, I feel like we interrupt Diane a lot. Were you done, Diane?
Yeah. Thank you.
You still had like words coming out of your mouth.
I mean, that's pretty much what I was saying, is that I think we're I think that and maybe it's a semantic thing, Dio, maybe the word healing for you, but I
I
think
think it's the
I get it
everyone
from this
though.
place of, sorry?
I think it's the everyone word. Like, I think some people are healing. I think some people have healed, and I think some people never had to heal.
I think people choose not to, but there's always a possibility, like just going through life, there are things that are going to be happening on a daily basis that might perturb you or upset you, right? So to move through that, I call that healing, right? So not everybody chooses to heal, but I think that, I just don't think that you're wherever I'm done. I'm done now. There's never anything else to work on or heal or move through. You know what I mean? I think it's a perpetual thing. Now, whether you choose to move through something or heal it or not, that's a different thing. But yeah.
When you say that, I think about my husband going through his day and how, you know, sometimes he gets like an emergency order, or sometimes he gets bad news. And I'm having a conversation with him in my head. And in my head, he's saying, I don't call that healing, I call that handling. So he would have an emotion about whatever's going on, maybe frustration, maybe anger. And then he would handle the situation and he would get
Yeah.
over the feeling.
That's why I'm saying maybe it's semantics. You know what I mean? I just, yeah.
Paolo said nobody is perfect. So, Paolo, this nobody is perfect, I categorize that as hold on, we say this word so many times. Patriarchy. Jesus Christ. So there's certain language that I deem to be coming from patriarchy, like the word promiscuous comes from patriarchy. The actual terminology is consensual sexual history, but patriarchy coined the term promiscuous to apply to women who had multiple consensual sexual partners. The word compromise is very pushed on to women. You need to compromise. In other words, you need to give up your education, compromise your education. You paid all this money for your education, but now it's time to compromise and stay home and raise a baby. You need to compromise your career because you need to stay home and make a baby. You gotta make compromises because now you're a wife and you're a mother. And that word, as far as I'm concerned, is patriarchy, because the proper terminology to be applied to this situation should be negotiation, because a compromise is to cede. Here you go, take my land. But negotiation is win-win. It's not a win-lose. Compromise is win-lose, because when you go down the rabbit hole of looking up the words of compromise, you find it is to cede, it is to give up, it is to lose what is yours. So when you say nobody is perfect, that is a statement developed by patriarchy to keep women insecure and small, instead of women looking at themselves going, I am perfect, I am powerful in my perfection. Women are supposed to look in the mirror and say, I am not perfect, and then go get plastic surgery to go look more perfect. Hello, Mira.
I just want to say that I do agree with Diane that it is about semantics, because for me, as I'm a veterinarian and I'm a therapist, healing is specifically when you are in a state that needs healing. While if you are not in that state, it is developing. You are moving to something better, and it doesn't mean that you are healing. You are already in the state that it is comfortable for you to live in. And when Diane was pointing out that it is healing when you are going through rough emotions, when you were hurt by someone, and then you are going through that and you are healing. For me, it's processing emotions. So it is really about semantic in that spectrum when we are talking about that, but it's Diane's perspective, which I understand, and why it's about semantics, and my perspective also has place to be. But Paulo is trying to just justify his opinion because he specifically generalized something that doesn't have that same context. He then switched to try to diminish me or to condescending to me, because he was saying like, stop crying over what I said. Then whatever, I don't want to even scroll up. And then you pointed out about patriarchal language, and I think that me not agreeing with him hurt him, and it's very sad, and I think that it's something that you can think about, Paula.
Dio, I don't think he was telling you to stop crying. Like, and I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm just saying what he was saying was that if you build a wall that's developing, what he said was that if you're getting over something you're crying about, that's healing. He wasn't telling you to stop crying about it. He was saying to him, healing is when you get over something that you're crying about, that's making you cry.
Yeah, might be that I read it incorrectly.
It's
Ripple, are you okay?
Ground control to Major Tom.
So Paulo says even a good man can do better. So that's the beauty of this existence that we have. Something that I've said is that I will never stop learning. But I also say I am perfect. And there is perfection in what I haven't learned yet, because there's perfection in what I have already learned. There's perfection in the path that is waiting for me. There's perfection in the path I've already walked. Ripple, you cut out partway through, so we got like a little garble, and then there was nothing, and then the last few words you said, I think you had a bad connection, my love.
She was just about to drown, and she was like saying her last words above the water before she went down.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Ripple, are you okay?
Well, I definitely disagree that I am more intelligent than you are. It's so incorrect to say that, because intelligence is a spectrum. It's super different. There is emotional intelligence, there is artistic intelligence, there are analytical intelligence, a lot of different types of intelligence. In some, I might be better. In some, you will be better. For example, I see in your profiles that you loved, and you say it is good to be handy in your login. And it means that your intelligence in that way, being handyman, knowing how to do stuff, is much better than mine, because I'm not that person. I like to work with my mind. That means that I cannot be definitely more intelligent than you, and you 100% are intelligent in some areas that I'm not as intelligent. So let's not compare that, and just agree that we are all intelligent, but in different areas.
And we complement each other like puzzle pieces. Within 5 minutes.
You too, Paulo.
What takes you so long?
Yeah, 5 minutes. I haven't pegged in 3 seconds.
3 words. We're teasing you, but
The guy appears on a panel. I'm like, I hate him already.
I know. You've been wrong a couple times though, Mr. Dreadzone.
I've admitted to it.
Yes.
But every 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 come in, say they agree with the prompt, versus every 8 or 9 out of 10 that say body count doesn't matter, and they insert some bullshit reason here.
Where did what? Oh no! Did all the little boys talk to each other and tell each other to not come here? Where did they go? Where's our
It,
opposition?
it's dinner time. It's dinner time for them.
What do you mean dinner time? They listen. It's time to microwave a craft dinner. What are you talking about? Oh.
Get the taps up. We need to get the taps up, friends.
Where did you go?
She had a weak Wi-Fi connection. That's why she dropped.
Do it again.
Ground control to Major Tom. Come in, Major Tom.
And better than ever.
I love it.
The reason I sent you that message last night was that when I went to type out matriarchy, it auto-corrected to patriarchy.
Oh yes.
I saw it switch in front of my eyes and I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, matriarchy is a correct word. It doesn't need to be auto-corrected. That was wild to me.
So Ryan, then just don't date your best friend's ex. See how easy that is? That's cool. But yeah, no, it doesn't matter. So that's cool. I understand, right? You're going to be imagining your friend's genitalia, and you'd rather not think of your friend's genitalia, but you will think of your friend's genitalia. And you'd rather not think of genitalia attached to somebody you know because it makes it feel extra gay. I get that. And just as long as you're just not looking at a woman thinking about genitalia, period, because that makes you pee-pee obsessed.
A homosexual, then go right for it, buddy.
You should. I mean, your G-spot is in your bum.
Amber's not going to tell you who she was with. So
yeah. And
maybe she has a 1. Maybe her body count is 1 and it was with your bestie. You know, you'll never know. You just got a number.
I think God put the male G-spot in the bums so that the males would have a lot of fun with each other and less with females, so that when we're not interested in them, they still have outlets, because why not, right? There's no religion to make it wrong. There's no religion to convince somebody that even God doesn't make a mistake, but God made a mistake when he put your G-spot in your pooper and put the male genitalia perfect to go reach it, right? Apparently, God created a perfect recreation of itself, but then said you're not allowed to go get the pleasure you can get as per the religion. It doesn't make any sense, right? So take the religion out of the equation, and now you're all getting tons of pleasure because you're all pleasuring each other so much, which is great because you leave us alone, right? And until we come fetch you when we want you, we'll fetch you when we want you, and in the meantime, you have fun with each other. I think this is perfect.
I would argue that God made a mistake when he made the Trump family and made Fred Trump the smart one.
Say that I would be an awesome cult leader because I can justify that from the perspective of the story that is in Genesis. Adam came to Eve and he took that apple, and to punish him, God gave him that challenge through the life of every man, that they will have G-spot in their bum, but they cannot do that because I forbid that, and they need to constantly through their life go through that challenge because they made mistake. But it still contradicts with that God is all loving, but I will create a new justification for that because I'm cult leader.
Hello, the guy.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good. What topic are you here for?
Well, there's only one topic, I think, right? The body count doesn't matter.
There's a lot that I could.
The other day, you were literally here the other day. This is not your first rodeo here.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I don't know, but
You
I
don't
heard
know
you
where
saying
you
something about
just a second. You don't know where you don't know if you've seen me before.
maybe.
You don't know if you talked to me before.
I have a bad memory.
What's that?
I have a bad memory.
You do. Well, I don't think
Uh-huh.
you have an intellectual discussion if you don't remember
Well,
who
that's Elbiest.
or what
Go, my guy.
or what you said, right?
Elbiest, to be honest, kind of messed up.
So you're here for the debate topic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a facts over feelings debate. This is not an individualized debate. So you're not going to start a sentence with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience, because this debate is not about you. It is about the subject all by itself. Are you prepared for that kind of debate? Okay, so a fact. Hold on a second. Hold on. Doorbell's going off. Hey! It's enough. All right. Hey!
I feel like this did not go anywhere good the other day. I felt like this ended pretty badly.
Did it pretty badly, and I agree with someone who said that he crashed out yesterday. He started to scream N-word probably. It
I
What?
was
think
already
so.
like, yes.
I'm pretty sure you were one of those. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. No videos. Okay. You gotta be racist.
Block him now. Oh, he got muted. I was going to say you could block him right now, but
What's his problem?
So that's his problem.
Oh, poor baby.
block him though, Chantal, because I can go unmute him so you can block him.
I
No?
blocked their file. These guys aren't worth me doing the work to unblock some people so I can block new people. I'm feeling lazy.
Ryan, we're debating if we who's
Right.
muting every single comment that comes through.
Ryan? Ryan is going to give us facts or science, Ryan? Because Ryan is complaining that nobody's giving facts or science, but Ryan is prepared with facts and science, right? No? Uh-oh, we muted him, so he can't say anything. And I don't do points. I do facts. I do science. I do intellect. I do smart shit. Smart shit. I love smart shit. That's why I get rid of people that are boring, because this brain doesn't like boring shit.
Nigger.
Listen, ladies, all you need to do to trigger a loser is tell them they never controlled you and they never will. They're so small, they're so insignificant, they're so weak, they get triggered and then they vomit their triggered emotions because that's all they can do. Not take accountability for their thoughts or emotions. No, accountability is kryptonite to boys like that, right? Nobody asked you. Don't come here announcing things about yourself as though.
I'm very sorry, but it's very funny. He said that in 54 years of his life, he had only 8 opportunities to communicate with women. Like, come on, it's crazy.
Oh, me? I'm not boring, oppressive, and pee-pee obsessed. You're the bop, right? Because it takes a bop to be that boring and repetitive. It takes a bop like you to be so oppressive. What's your body count? Because I made up rules for you to follow. Look how repetitive you are because you're boring. You don't have any brain cells. You borrow brain cells, but you borrow brain cells from stupid people. So even though you're borrowing brain cells, trying to seem less boring and more intelligent, because you're only borrowing brain cells from stupid people, the borrowed brain cells still make you look stupid.
Well, he asked, just say you're a bop, and I said, okay, you're a bop. I just corrected his grammar. Also, no need to spam. I didn't give a shit the first time.
The word you're looking for is indifferent. But please don't stop entertaining us. Please stop. Don't stop giving me the opportunity to show women what they get rid of when they let you talk. Body on play. Hey. They never heard of protection and testing. Looks like another one who's got armpit chlamydia. Why doesn't body count matter? Because what matters more than who you did or didn't do is who you are.
User, if that was sarcasm, that was a poor attempt. I mean, my 12-year-old kid can come up with better sarcastic remarks.
So Diane, I've been doing something a little different lately. I found a strain of broccoli that has a high dose of CBD.
CBD, I love CBD.
It's quite nice.
You had me at
In your
CBD.
body? Like, is there anything in your body that you're trying to feel that it's helping, or?
So it's less of a head effect. It's more of a body effect. And it's very relaxing. It's a very mellow vibe.
Yeah, I started taking CBD before everything got legalized, and so I had to get like a prescription, and it was way more expensive, but I started taking CBD oil for my back pain, lower back pain, and it fixed it in like a week or something. Like when I'm telling you, I could barely turn over in bed how much my back hurt, and just like a short amount of time taking the CBD oil, it just loosened up and went away. I haven't had issues with my back ever since, but I still take it. Yeah, CBD is not going to make you elevated, and it's healing for the body. It's even more healing when you take it like as a whole, because all of the parts are like work synergistically. But yeah, CBD is amazing.
I saw this TikTok, this woman, it looks like two stand-up comedians on a stage, and this woman is saying, I have to keep going to therapy because when I don't, I start believing my crazy ideas and following through. And then she talks about how like her latest crazy idea was to get this certain chemical component. Think along the lines of like what is it when they use like your own DNA or something to like heal your own body? Like, I don't know. It's stuff that they're using now that's like super anti-aging, that kind of thing. And so she's like, she goes, I had this idea about getting this thing, and he's like, what is it? Because it's like the name she threw out, weird, unusual, haven't heard it. He goes, what is it? Is it a drug? She goes, well, it's illegal. It's illegal. So anyways, it was really super cute how she was saying that I have to keep going to therapy because after 2 weeks of not going to therapy, this was the idea that took hold in my brain. And I went to my therapist and I told her, and she goes, this is what you were doing instead of building a mailing list? And she's like, oh yeah.
There's another asshole that ruined Arby's roast beef sandwich for me.
Yeah. Oh, objectophile, right? Because you know why guys like him are into apple pies and couch cushions and Arby's sandwiches and vehicle tailpipes, right? Because people say no, right? Guys, don't listen to this, right? Exactly. Guys, go away. We don't want you. We're looking for men. We don't want guys like you. We want men, not guys we're going to complain about. He's such an asshole. He lied again. No, not a guy like that. He's such an asshole. He was lazy again, disrespectful again, irresponsible again. We're not looking for guys. Please tell your guys to stay away from us. Listen, guys are not my audience listening to me. The women who are going to block and delete, you guys, that's my audience. Not you guys. You're the example, but you're not my audience. I know the two men on the panel, right? Dancy, what's happening here? Hello, my name is Chantal Hyde. I am Canada's dating coach. If you Google who is Canada's best dating coach, you're probably going to see my name. So what's happening here is people come to learn how to pick the right person for a long-term relationship, which is somebody who loves them more than dysfunction. People learn to use observation before selection to pick the right partner, because picking the wrong partner is not an option for us, because we're not going to pick somebody and then fight and argue and cry and beg for them to change. We're not wasting time that way. We are also learning how to have a healthy long-term relationship by taking responsibility for our own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. So if you want to debate, you have to bring facts or science. If you're not, I cut you off, because we don't listen to bullshit. We don't listen to ego. We don't listen to indoctrination or dysfunction, because women don't have time for losers anymore. So if you want to come here and loser, you'll be removed. You want to come bring facts and science, you'll get listened to. So if you see me cutting people off and you're upset, it's because you're another loser, not bringing facts or science. If you're upset, it's because you're a loser. Look at this bunch of old losers coming on over here. We've been waiting for you losers. I've been waiting for you guys to show up so I can show women this book. See, ladies, what you're going to get rid of when you let these boys talk, right? Let these boys talk so you can figure out, is this the man that is everything you're looking for? Matching your energy, bringing to the table everything you do? Or is this a subpar guy? A subpar guy asking for participation trophies. We don't give that up. Open the book. Let's do book roulette. Dancy, book roulette. Give me page number. Page number. Listen, we don't care who you're going to pick. We care who we're going to pick. So page number up to page 194 and paragraph number. Let's go, Dancy. Book roulette. I will do the page you pick, read the paragraph you pick. Men have to deal with what? No, we don't have to deal with males. Women's wants? No, you can stay all by yourself, right? But we don't have to deal with you. You don't have to deal with us. Page 45, juice. 45, help. I can't handle this, I thought, staring at the piles of paper littering my coffee table. It was a month into the birth of my career in human relations, and I was busy taking my knowledge and rolling it into a new business. I could feel the ideas jamming in my mind like too many boulders trying to make their way through a funnel, and the strain of trying to sort them out was frustrating me. I huffed a moment longer, then surrendered and grabbed my iPad. Maybe taking my mind off my brain for a bit would help. I flipped through social media for a few minutes and came across a headline, 8 weeks to a better brain. What a coincidence, I thought. I was just thinking, I needed a new brain. I started meditating daily, and within a week felt the ideas begin to flow again, leading to even greater visions of where my business could go. Suddenly, it was time to truly visualize what I wanted from this life. I made my first vision board on a large piece of construction paper and filled it with the images of women giving talks to large audiences, surrounded with powerful words like made something better, and I take pleasure in my transformations. I bought a corkboard and began laying out my first seminar. As the ideas gushed out, I wrote furiously, developing them into simple steps that would ultimately populate my first workbook. I was well on my way to not only giving birth to seminars, but to my first published book. I felt clear every day, and the faith I began to develop within myself brought me to tears at times. Life had opened up, and I thank my commitment to clarity for the opportunities I saw on the road ahead of me. Dancy says page 19. We'll be in meditation with that one. Page 19, right here. What paragraph number, my love? Lots of paragraphs on here. Tell me which paragraph you want. Yeah, no one has to deal with anyone. Not a match, move on. Not rocket science. Women are not staying and dealing with you to give you convenient access to a body and our presence and our service. We're not dealing with your bullshit. Paragraph 2. The elevator door slid open. The elevator door slid open, and I watched as a man stepped out, a subtle glow emanating from his body. I moved forward and shook his hand, my physical hand moving up and down in the air while my spiritual hand shook his. Hello, I said to him. My task was to tell my partner what sickness this stranger had by touching his energy from my spirit home. Starting at his head, I raised my hands, again both in this world and in my mind, and held them an inch from his body. I felt his warm energy push against my palms while they patted the air in front of me, and I slowly traced his body. But as I passed over his left leg, my hands suddenly slapped together as though encountering a vacuum. Wow. I frowned in confusion. I don't know, I told my partner. Try again, he said. Once again, I put my hands up, and as I touched Michael's energy, I sensed the pressure return on my palms. Though in the physical world, all I seemed to do was pat the air in front of me. I got to his legs, and as I reached his left shin, wow. He's missing below his left knee, I said out loud. It sounded weird even to me, but it was the message my brain relayed. Are you sure? My partner asked. Yes, I said. Look. I opened my eyes, and the car turned around. Michael Belia from Sutton, 31 years old, left leg amputated below the knee. Why do guys think referring to women and cats is an insult? Because they are projecting their greatest fears. They know that women without a partner still have community. They know that males without a partner lose a connection to community. Dancy. So guess what, Dancy? Dancy says, you had my full attention, no joke. Do you want to do it again? Look, Dancy, I have 2 books for men. I have Fix That Shit, the relationship book for men, teaching communication skills and conflict resolution skills. I have a dating book for men, teaching the same methodology I teach women, because we should not be complaining about who we're with to our friends. You, as a man, should not be saying to your friends, she's such a bitch, she did it again. We should not be saying, he's such an asshole, he did it again, right? So I teach men to choose women. I teach women to choose men. So that's...
May I please try? I just had a thought, and I was thinking what number would I want, and I was thinking about 68 and 9th paragraph, but I want you to choose a book. Okay, thank you.
9th paragraph, 68, number 9. There we go, 68. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4. Pick another one. A different paragraph.
3. Because it's like 3 times 3 is 9.
I know you faced fear before and overcome it. That first time you stepped off a diving board, got behind the wheel of a car, signed your first loan, or walked through a door on your first day of work, you were looking your fear in the face and saying, not today. I got shit to do. So you're familiar with fear and you're adept at overcoming it, but sometimes it freezes you, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. And that's okay for a moment. Of course you want to protect yourself. I get that. But being so guarded, so cautious, so frozen in space and time that it interferes with where you want to go won't work for you. And you've got to step off that board one more time. Walk through that door for the sake of your future heart and fulfillment. Come on, my friend. You got this.
Beautifully written, and that's why I wanted to ask the number, because you can actually start the casual play within the community, like people can gather and just do this, like it is, I forgot the word in English, but basically it's like, you know, those people that do tarot cards, tarot readings, and you want to know something about your future, you are just reading that, and it is talking either to you right now or to you in the future or to your past, and you can tie it to situation and it still will be useful, and it's nice, very nice.
I have people who take this book right here and say, give me what I need today, and then open it to whatever page, just randomly open it, and they feel like what hit them with the random opening was exactly what they needed.
Quite very beautifully.
Thank you.
Juice World, because you've been here before, you came back, and you're still whining about body count, and it is subjective when you care about it, because it's simply based, you caring about body count is literally based on your insecurities, on societal norms, indoctrination, whatever, right? It's completely subjective, but it factually and objectively and logically does not matter. The facts are in our favor, but if you care, it's because you're making up stories and have some kind of subjective opinion about it. You're assuming things about the person. So you're right, caring about it is subjective, but we know that it factually doesn't matter. So stop flailing about this. If you want to care about body count, care about body count, but stop spewing in the comments here. We don't give a fuck.
No, we don't. Leanne, give me 1 second. So Psychological Siren says, isn't this a fairy tale? Perfectionist conflict will always come up in relationships. So I divide conflict into 3 parts: fight, argument, or disagreement. So a fight is an escalation into chaos. It's called a bar fight, not a bar argument. There is 0 space for fighting in a relationship. If you cannot control your behaviors and you resort to chaos, you don't belong in my environment, because the people I choose for my inner circle don't choose chaos. So if you're a fighter, you won't be in my inner circle. What about arguing? Arguing is a lack of acceptance. I don't accept until you change. I'm going to bring this up until you change, because until you change, you're wrong. You're wrong for not pulling your weight. You're wrong for having that belief. You're wrong for being irresponsible. You're wrong for not working hard enough. You're wrong for forgetting your chores. You're wrong until you change. I'm going to bring this up until you change, because you're wrong until you change. That's an argument. Now, if I chose the right person, I'm not trying to change them. Therefore, I'm not arguing. So my dating methodology gets rid of the conflict caused by arguing, because you did selection before observation instead of observation before selection. If you did selection before observation, you're going to argue, because you're going to find out after you commit and develop emotions what they need to change. And then you start saying, you got to change this, but they are the way they are. You picked the wrong person. And now you're saying, hey, now that I'm in your life, you have to be different. So you are wrong for doing that in the first place. So if there's arguing going on, that's on you, because you made the wrong selection, and now you're trying to manipulate that person into being who you want them to be, when you should have picked the right person. So I don't argue in my relationship, because I picked the right person. Disagreements is the final conflict. Now, a disagreement is, I think this is the best book ever. Well, I think this is the best book ever. And both of us go, okay, and we get on with our day, because you have the right to have your own opinions. You have the right to be an individual in this relationship. You have the right to have differences from me, even if I don't agree. I can accept what I disagree about without turning it into an argument or a fight. Do you see what I'm saying, Siren? Most men don't want high body count. You're a liar. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to show everybody how you just lied, Ben. Ben, this is the question. How did you manage to talk to most men? How did you do that? What's the answer, Ben? By the way, if you say anything but answering how you talk to most men, I'll remove you from lying and disinformation. Leon, what topic are you here for?
I mean, I just wanted to say that like body count doesn't matter, but I think it only matters for myself and only myself. And what I mean by that is like I need to know who
Leon,
I
Leon, I said what
no,
topic?
let me finish.
Leon,
This
I
is
asked you
is
a
my own personal.
question. I asked you a question, and then you went into this whole thing beyond what I asked you without getting my consent about whether or not I wanted to hear that whole thing. Since you're here for the body count doesn't matter debate, what I need to tell you is this is not an individualized conversation. I'm not here to listen to you talk about you on this subject. I'm only debating this in a factual or scientific way. A factual way would be like this. Would you agree this is a key?
Yep.
So a fact is something outside of you and I agreed upon on site because it is so obvious. So we're not starting a sentence with I think, I feel, my opinion, my experience. You're not the topic. This is the topic all by itself. If you wanted to bring science instead of facts, I need title of the peer-reviewed study you read. The website is on, the page number and paragraph number where you read the words you want to present. But facts are science only, my love. I'm not here to listen to you talk about you.
Yeah, I just don't know my own body count. That's the thing, and I'm trying to
I
like
didn't
go
ask
back.
you that question. I don't know why you threw that out as though I cared. I keep having to tell you that's twice now. I don't care to listen to you talk about you. If you talk about yourself again, I'll remove you for a lack of communication skills because apparently you're not hearing what I say. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay, so are you here to discuss this in a factual or scientific way only? Are you prepared for that kind of debate?
Yes. Yeah, I can come back with facts.
Oh, well, I am prepared for the debate, by the way, in case you were wondering. I have 3 facts where body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I would just need to get my own information.
So you apparently lack curiosity, right? Because you didn't just ask me what my 3 facts are, correct?
No, I don't know where this is going now.
No, you literally did not ask, oh, what are your facts? Because you had no curiosity, correct?
Not necessarily, no. I don't.
I just said I came prepared for the debate. Why didn't you ask me for my part?
I mean, because you kind of spoke over me, though.
Oh, so I interrupted you to reiterate what the ground rules are so that we could understand that and start off on the same page?
No, it just seems that it's just gonna be one-sided. That's what it feels like.
But I'm taking silent breaks, giving you time to ask me what my 3 facts are in case you had curiosity.
Yeah, but like you
I think you're just mad that you didn't get to say what you came on here to say. And I think that you wanted to shock us by saying you don't know your body count. And that's not going to shock us because we don't really care. So instead of, like, do you want to actually engage in a conversation or do you just want to be here to say what you want to say? Because you don't seem to care about what she has to say.
No, Diane, do you know what curiosity is a sign of?
Intelligence.
Exactly.
And he isn't that, I know.
Anyways.
Yeah, you're in a cult.
No. Anyways, yeah, the cult of happiness, Leon, because we reject losers. Yeah. Look, we're on the cult to happiness because we reject losers. Sure. The cult of functionality because we take responsibility for our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Best cult ever, says Christina. I agree. Because this cult doesn't have control tactics. This cult doesn't have delusion and dysfunction woven into it as though it's supposed to exist. So
Respond to psychological siren because she has a point in what she is saying, but she is saying it from the perspective of clinical psychology, while this conversation and this environment is not about clinical psychology and working with people with specific mental disorders. It's a methodology that helps people to live their life within the framework of assuming that most people are not in the state of mental disorder. We are working with people that do not have that, and we are helping the people that do not have that. And if people do have that, we point them out to therapy, we point them out to any other healing type of work that they want to address and do. While your opinion saying that men conceal dysfunction for years before revealing themselves. It's true. Specifically, it refers to narcissistic people. It might be covert narcissism. They might spend 3 years hiding themselves and only then reveal themselves. But the methodology of Chantel's, as I pointed out in the chat, spreads for years, because she's saying you are observing person for 3 months firstly before you are starting to commit. After you've committed and you see that something doesn't go your way and it becomes dysfunctional, you go away. You need to spend at least 1 year observing before you can live in one apartment and one place. And then even then, you still, if something goes bad way, south, you need to go away and you need to preserve yourself and your mental health and mental well-being. This helps to avoid those people. Still, there are no ideal methodology to avoid all of the people that are dysfunctional, but let's be honest, it's like 10% of people at most that are that dysfunctional, that can disguise themselves for over 1 year or even longer periods of time. So what you are trying to refer to is clinical psychology and clinical knowledge within the psychology, but it's just smaller part of the whole humanity. And still, even though Chantel's methodology helps to avoid them anyway.
I find it interesting how I responded to your comment saying this is too perfectionist. There's always going to be conflict in relationships, which, by the way, that kind of language is a sort of brainwashing that keeps women in toxic, dysfunctional relationships. And I'm the antidote to that particular brainwashing. So it's funny how I explained the 3 levels of conflict and said we won't tolerate, not for a second, somebody who chooses fighting. We're not going to be in a relationship with somebody we would argue with, because we won't pick somebody we need to change. If we disagree with them, we accept what we disagree about, and if we don't, we're not going to stay with that person, because why would I stay with somebody I don't accept? It doesn't make any sense. And then you move the goalpost and you had to talk about disordered and dysfunctional people. Let me reiterate, I will not fight. If they choose chaos, I am gone. I will not argue. If they need to change, I am gone. Because I don't stay in relationships with people who need to be different in order for me to accept them. And if they pull a 180, like you're referring to, well, these dysfunctional, narcissistic people can hide it for years. Sure, but I'm always free to go. So the moment they pull the 180, I go, you changed, but my standards didn't. So I have to go. Notice I'm still not fighting. Notice I'm still not arguing.
I think that, you know, the more people listen to you and read the books and practice the methodology, like we hear them come in, right? We hear people come in and say that, oh, it worked. And either they found the person, you know, their perfect partner, or, you know, they were able to more easily identify and reject the people they didn't want. And a big part of this methodology is to learn about yourself and figure that out and have the strength to move on and not be hung up on having a relationship or a partner or validation. That's the problem. It's not the person being a covert narcissist or hiding their behavior. We have to be better detectives. We have to be better at vetting, at observing, and at sticking by our own boundaries, which means we have to be able to have our boundaries. A lot of this methodology is you working on yourself. It doesn't matter who the other person is. You have to be a better detective and you have to know yourself better.
Yeah. The only person on this earth whose job it is to protect you is you.
Just want to point out, I read in her profile she is forensic psychologist, and she will have points where she will be correct when she will brought up those points about psychopathic individuals that can act upon mimicking some certain behaviors specifically to you for even 10 years, etc. But I still want to point out to you specifically, how many people is that in our environment? It's such a low percentage that it can be negated, and this methodology still works. In those particular moments, it might not work, but that person can come in this environment and talk about those people. They can still have that support that they need, and they still will have via that methodology, they will have the tools and opportunities how they can quickly exit, quickly get themselves safe, etc., etc. So you need to know whole broad of the methodology to really start to critique it on that level that you are trying to do so.
We are not trapped anymore. We're not trapped into picking the wrong person by using selection before observation. In other words, letting somebody kiss us before the first date. We're not trapped in a relationship because we live with them or we marry them and they're toxic and dysfunctional and they didn't show it to us in the beginning. We're never trapped. The moment we see they've become dysfunctional is the moment we hand over the card. You changed, but my standards didn't, so I gotta go. Because the job of protecting me, my mental health, my physical safety, my emotional well-being, my goals and ambitions, my financial security, that job is mine. And I take it seriously every single day.
I'm back.
Hey.
I had to go see my homies across the street that make really good authentic Mexican food in Jamaica, which is, you know what Jamaica is? Hibiscus tea. Well,
Oh.
it's like hibiscus juice. I don't know. It's more of a tea. No sugar. Sometimes some places put sugar in it, but they don't.
Walking away when a partner chooses chaos? What kind of person are you? Look at this person. They want women to stay in the room with the toxic, abusive person losing their shit. Right? That's you. You want women to stay in the room when that kind of bullshit happens. I guess because you're the abusive person who wants somebody to stay when you lose your shit, right?
To also say that it seems I just want to assume that you know what you are talking about, and from that standpoint it seems like you misunderstand what was said by Chantel. Walking away is not specifically leaving the relationships. It might be leaving the place and letting person to experience their emotions while saying the specific phrases, because Chantel proposes different scripts. So you can say, I see that you are starting to escalate to some space in which you might regret how you behave, and I might regret that I let you behave that way to me. And then you withdraw yourself and say, I will get back in certain period of time, or you can get back to me whenever you feel safe to express your emotion in different way rather than it started to be expressed. This is actually healthy way to talk and behave with emotions, but there are much more different ways. Still, you are trying to say that conflict is specifically about anger, but it is not. Conflict might be about might be used as a tool within the communication and relationships and any dynamics as manipulative tool. And how do you know in and which specific situation do you want to bring up? If you will say that specific situation, Chantal will give you instructions and scripts, but you are not doing that because you are trying to frame this in a spectrum of your knowledge where you want to preserves people ability to express their anger, which is good. As a psychologist, I'm myself the person that is for that, but it is not good if it's dysfunctional. But you still omit and don't want to talk about that anger might be expressed dysfunctionally. So this whole conversation is you are picking something where you can disagree rather something where you can find common ground. So I encourage you to participate in this conversation where you are willing to be curious about Chantal's methodology. Then you will get educated and understand that it is healthy what she proposes. Either the second one, you participate in the perspective where you are trying to find common ground, stating questions, not facts about something that you don't fully acknowledge and know right now.
I need to know when you say you're conflating anger versus aggression, I need to know when you're talking about anger, what would I see in the person that is angry as per your definition of anger? Would I see them raise their voice? Would I see them wave their arms? Would I see them put something down harder? Would I see them slam a door? What would I see when they're angry? Siren, what's your answer? Because I stated 3 very clear definitions of what would I see? I asked a question. What would I see? Can you answer the question? Because you keep evading and you keep moving goalposts and you keep going somewhere else, and I'm getting tired of this. So answer the question I just asked you. What would I see in the person in front of me who's angry? What would I see? What would I witness? Like I was saying, I was very clear in my definitions of fighting, arguing, and disagreements, and I used action words to paint the picture of the differences.
About the emotions, it's about the behavior.
Unsafe aggression, not healthy anger. Did that answer the question, Diane?
It didn't.
No. What would I see when witnessing somebody who's angry versus aggressive? Because you said I'm conflating the difference between anger and aggression. And you said you'd witness unsafe aggression, not healthy anger. That didn't answer the question. So in the person who's angry, what would I see them do? What would I see? What would I witness? What would happen in front of my face? Are they answering the question?
Stupid.
Are they?
She's stupid.
I don't think they know what the hell they're talking about. I think their profile is bullshit. Whatever they said about themselves is bullshit because they're not able to answer simple questions. They keep moving the goalposts and shitting in their hand.
My sake, I want to think that my assumption was correct, and I want to propose to you, psychological siren, don't only read data, don't only educate yourself, but practice what you learned. And you didn't show that you are able to practice your psychological knowledge. And unfortunately for me, and I hope no one will be angry about what I will do right now, but I think that I will mute you because you are just proposing and you are coming with destructive and unuseful steps towards the conversation and building this.
Before you mute, I want to see what they say next. I want to see if the third time I ask that question. There you go. So.
Someone just muted Dope
Dancy?
Cray.
Oh,
Dancy.
did they?
No, I didn't mute Dancy. I responded to
Oh,
Dancy.
Dancy.
I took up Dancy.
Was it Dancy? Okay.
Look at this guy. He likes to do plastic spoons because people said no. He's now an objectifier. Now he sexualizes objects because women said no. And he went, well, I want to put it on something. And so some of you boys find a roast beef sandwich. Some of you boys find a tailpipe in a vehicle. Some of you boys do the couch cushioning, Mr. Vance. Some of you boys do apple pies. We saw that movie, didn't we? We know you boys put your thing in things. So you came here to tell us what thing you like to put your thing in because you're an objectifier. We're kink, go away. We don't want objectophiles here. We don't talk to objectophiles. Bye, loser. Don't come back ever. We like people who like people, not dudes who like things. Sexualize things. Fetishize things. You're gross.
Psychologist woman. I'm gonna drop, but that psychologist woman. I just think it's so funny the way she's, like flailing to defend the emotion of anger. Like it was so weird and just had nothing to do with the conversation we were having.
I think that's an abusive person because abusive people are offended when I teach other people to not tolerate abusive people. They go, no, wait a second. That's perfectionist. That's unreasonable for you to say that women shouldn't put up with abusive bullshit. Abusive bullshit is normal and healthy, right?
Well, anyway, she doesn't seem to be an actual psychologist, so
100%.
that's good. She's not working with people. Okay, I'm gonna drop. Good night, everybody.
Night. Have a good live stream.
Good night.
Night.
Oh, look at this. This is for you, Dio. Oh, maybe not.
I cannot see. Oh, you on the panel. Oh, okay, sorry.
Well, they were coming on the panel, but they decided not to.
Sometimes when someone already reacts to someone's messages in the chat, I only see them with some delay. I don't know why it's happening, but I think it's because we have jammers here for the connection, and might be that. I don't know.
Okay. Ben? Yeah, what topic are you here for?
I'm just wondering, what would you say body count doesn't matter?
I say body count does not matter to the people who practice logic and stick to facts. I have 3 facts to back it up. I would also say that who you did or did not do is never more important than who you are.
Sure. Do you mind telling me what the facts are?
Sure, yeah. So number 1, if a woman was looking for a long-term relationship and she wanted somebody with all of these qualities, no less, would she need to observe someone over time to see if they have all of these qualities? Yes or no?
I agree a woman should go for these qualities, but I'm just wondering also, would you say body count doesn't matter for both genders or only one way?
Everything I say goes both ways. What matters more than who you did or didn't do, whether you're male or female, is who you are.
Okay, all right.
Number 2, second fact, if a male man was looking for a long-term partner, he wanted somebody with all these qualities, no less, would he need to observe someone over time to make sure they are in fact this person? Yes or no?
I agree, but just when it comes to the qualities you showed trustworthy, and do you mind showing them to me again?
Yes. Sure. 1 second.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
So you said honest, respectful, loyalty, trustworthy, okay? Okay, and would you say that trustworthiness and honesty might not be somewhat shrouded with someone's past a bit, no?
I think if they're if they're disloyal, dishonest, and not trustworthy, if you use observation before commitment, you'll see it in their behaviors. You don't have to ask them how many people they slept with and then tell yourself a story when all you need to do is just take the time to find out. Let me ask you this. Is it possible that somebody could have a low body count or a 0 body count and be a liar?
I'm not saying
Exactly.
yes,
So
no, I
being
agree.
trustworthy is not the metric of a number.
But would you not say that people that sleep
So
more
do you
around?
think
Okay, go ahead.
that I should make the assumption that somebody with a low body count is automatically who I'm looking for?
No, of course
No,
not.
of course
There's no
not.
assumptions to be
Of
made.
course
But
not. Of course not. So if I should not make the assumption that just because you said you have a low body count, you're not a liar, just since I shouldn't make that assumption with a low body count, why are you willing to make an assumption with a high body count? It seems that assumptions should not be made, period.
no, I see what you mean. But would you not say that someone in general
No, I
most of the
don't.
time?
And if you want to, that would be a statistic backed by a science. So what's the title of the peer-reviewed study you read that says that?
No, I didn't come here with
No, I
stats or
said,
facts.
what's the title of the
No, I don't.
peer-reviewed
I
study that
unfortunately
said?
don't
I
have
can't
one.
hear myself when you're talking. I'm going to do this again. What's the title of the peer-reviewed study that said that?
Listen, I came here to the live just to
What?
speak. I
I'm
don't
sorry.
have one.
I was waiting for
No,
an answer and I
I
heard
do not have
listen.
one.
That's not the title of a study. Did you read a study?
Unfortunately, not. No, I don't have the
Okay,
stats
well
ready.
then don't make up things in your head and believe them. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Sure. I see what you mean, but I'm just here to try and debate. But of course,
I
I
am
didn't come prepared.
debating.
I
I
didn't come
am
prepared with
debating
stats.
using facts and science. Okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Muting. What science or fact you wanted to
himself.
present?
Don't have any like I didn't come here with stats ready or anything, so therefore I can't be like, oh, I have this paper, but I could look into it. Just give me a bit of time.
Well, go.
Okay, you come back when you
Yeah.
have that.
Absolutely, no
So
problem.
for science, just can you write this note down because this is what you need to bring, okay?
Yeah, peer-reviewed academic study. Yes, I
What
get
are
it.
the four pieces of information that you need to bring? What are the four pieces of information you need to bring to be prepared to bring a science?
I don't know. You tell me.
Title of the peer-reviewed study, website it's on, page number, and paragraph number that has the words you want to come bring here. We'll go find the words you found, and then you can say them out loud. And this is how we ensure there's no amplification of lies, fear-mongering, or disinformation, okay?
But could I also come at it from another angle?
Facts or science only.
No, okay, but I just have a question here. Would you not say there is an evolutionary like risk to men to go with a
That
woman
would be a
that's a high body count?
science. If
No,
you
but
can find it, come and present it.
okay,
Title of
I
the
understand.
peer-reviewed study, shush. Website is on, page number, paragraph number. I'm not making shit up. So if you want to go find that because you made it up in your head and you want to go see if it exists, go look for it. Okay?
Miss.
All right. We'll maybe see you never. We'll see.
Sabrina.
Wait. Hold on.
Oh,
Wait.
oh, don't you worry. I'm not holding on to my seat.
Careful. I need you to do it again.
Sabrina.
Thank you.
Oh.
It matters to you, but you don't matter to us because people who are toxic and dysfunctional don't matter to women. Women block and delete them and make them non-existent. Rage bait prompts are lame? Dude, if you're so emotionally weak, you're the lame one. All it takes is words. All it takes is words and I'm enraged. All it takes is words that speak of women's autonomy, and I'm enraged. Why? Because you're weak? All right.
Present some statistics.
Title of the peer-reviewed study, what is it? Liz?
I don't believe him.
Well,
I'm sorry.
title, website, page number, paragraph number. Wiz, are you prepared?
Unmute your
But
mic.
somebody keeps muting me.
Title of the peer-reviewed study.
Gotcha. It's called The Relationship Between Multiple Sex Partners and Anxiety, Depression, and Substance Dependence Disorders, a cohort study.
Website is on?
This is on pmc.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov.
Page number, paragraph number?
I don't know page number, paragraph, but
No,
you
no,
can
no,
go
no,
directly
no.
there.
You need to read it. You need to point us to the words in the study that you read. What's the page number and paragraph number?
Would you like me to read you the whole thing?
No, you moron. We're not here to listen to you read something you've never read before like it's story time. Go read the study. Find the words you want to present here. Tell us exactly where you found the words. We're going to go straight to the very location without listening to the whole story. You're going to go find the words the study says backs up your claim. Show us exactly where those words reside in the study. We'll go find them. But you gotta read it first. Okay? All right.
That was perfect. I want to say clip it, but it would just be for me. Just so when I'm having a bad day, I can pull that up.
I love you.
It's just totally giving that. It's giving that whole thing with that one guy. Shut up, loser! Block.
Oh man.
I'm never gonna get over that.
So remember your little voice note that you left me after that one? You were still laughing over. I played it for my husband.
Oh yeah.
So we
I
got.
wish so bad I had you clip that. God, that was so funny.
I remember too. I remember that moment. I was on it. Ooh, I was on a run. Ben, do you remember Ben?
Yeah, he was the one before the last guy that went to go get the studies.
Yeah. Oh, where'd he go? Ben, you were gonna give first.
Ben was actually respectful.
Yes. Wiz had to be muted in the chat. I thought Wiz was gonna be busy reading. What? Ben, hi.
Okay, listen. Before you cut me off, because you did, and I get it, it's your life, you do as you.
You needed to bring the information, not starting to talk about this.
Ben,
We gave you one chance and you blew it.
Ben, re-request. Okay, but I have to show you who's in charge, okay? Now, re-request, come back. But never start with directions to me, because you're not my boss. And you're not going to tell me how it goes.
Sure.
Okay. So, Ben, you went to go get title of the peer-reviewed study. Website is on page number, paragraph number, right?
No, I did not. I'm trying to ask you about something. Is it possible?
You have a question? What's your question?
Yeah, look. That body count doesn't matter, but what if I were just
Body count does not matter
Okay,
to the
perfect,
people who
perfect.
practice logic and stick to facts. And I
Okay.
told you I told you three facts for why it does not matter. You're spinning instead of seeking truth. I don't accept that, because we will not be distracted by the dysfunction of males who don't take responsibility for their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. You were supposed to go get facts or science, but you came back here emotional, and I removed you because all women are going to delete emotional males who don't do the work they're supposed to be doing, Ben, and that's your destiny until you get a hold of yourself and start looking for facts and science. Take a hike, Ben. We're not interested in hearing your dysfunction, your ego, your indoctrination, your total lack of accountability to the truth, Ben. We're not interested in it anymore. Women are done. So now you don't get to come up here anymore. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, Ben.
Delete.
I'm kind of disappointed in Ben because right before you came on, and I rarely do this, I was like, oh yeah, he was actually respectful. And you came on with the utmost disrespect. Shame. I'm embarrassed for myself on that one, actually.
Holly goes, squish the ant. Sinshov says, he said holla. Chantal said, nope. Chantal said, stop. Shauna goes, delete. Because we have standards now. Don't we, ladies? We have preferences now, don't we? And our standards and our preferences definitely matter. It's funny how these boys come here going, body count definitely matters, because women are supposed to focus on what they want instead of what we want. It's such a joke. We're laughing in their face. No longer settling for less. That's right, Alicia. I wish I could get my daughter to listen to you. Her guy is so toxic. Her guy. Ginger, I can maybe help you. I'm very rude and obnoxious to losers. Let me get my tiara, my queen of obnoxious to losers crown. I wear it proudly. I teach women to become queens of being obnoxious to losers, because it's what we need to do. We need to put these losers in their place, squish. Watch this Steve guy disappear because he's nothing. See? Non-existent. Squish. We love men. We pick men. We get rid of guys that are lying about being men. We don't prefer controlling, stuck in the past, PP obsessed to males. We just get rid of them. Femcel, yes. Femcel, ladies. Fierce, empowered, motivated, centering ourselves energetically, leading our own lives. We are femcells. Femcells, ladies, I want you to write all caps in the comment section. Femcel. If you are fierce, empowered, motivated, centering yourself, not males, energetically leading your own life, we are femcells. This is the army of femcells. Look at me in my green fatigues. The colonel, the leader, the general of the femcells. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, just Ginger.
Hi.
Hi.
I would love some advice on how to get my daughter to open her eyeballs.
Okay. So, do you talk to your daughter regularly? Do you see her in person?
Yeah, we actually live together.
Oh la la. even better. Okay, so here's your tactic. Okay, we are getting tactical. Are you ready to get tactical, Mama?
Of 100%.
Let's do this. So first, you ordered this paper bag from Amazon. No more assholes. Are you in Canada, US? Where are you?
I'm in the US.
Perfect. The button in the link in my bio that says paperbacks on Amazon goes straight to my author page. You will find this. You order this, you get it delivered to your house. Don't say a word to your daughter, okay? When you get it in your hands, you're going to find her. You're going to go to her. You're going to go, look what I got. She's going to go, Mom, we've talked about this. Leave me alone. You're going to go, wait a second. Check this out. And then you open it to chapter 37. That is the 12 character traits. You go, baby girl, take a second with me and grade his paper on the 12 character traits. Just for your curiosity, just for you to see what you got. Okay, this isn't about me. Let's just grade his paper super quick. So, do you think she would agree to do it?
I'm honestly not sure. Anytime I try to talk to her about my concerns with him, she's very defensive and she shuts it down immediately. So I'm not sure, but just to give you an idea of this guy, he's stationed, I'm in Ohio and he's stationed in Texas in the military. He's in the Army. And they had been talking for about 6 months. He came up here for Christmas this past year, and his second night staying here with us, I get woken up in the middle of the night to him screaming at her, calling her a whore, because he had snuck and gotten her phone and saw messages from like 8-9 months ago between her and this guy and was going off on her. She's crying, telling him to leave. He's refusing to leave. So I got up out of bed and I was like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, she told you to leave. But she let him stay. And I mean, we split the bill. So I didn't want to make it, and I like make him leave. But, he's very controlling. He sits on the phone with her. If he's not at work, he's got her on video call. They won't even be talking. He's got her location at all times. Like, there's just so many things. They get in fights over the dumbest. Like, they were playing a video game together and she beat him and he cussed her out and hung up on her. Like, I don't know how to tell her. Her father treated me this way, right? Like, she's seen this. She knows what's going on. She has like been around this, and I raised her better than this. I've seen her cut men off for so much less. So I don't know what this kid has that is making her be this dumb about it. But I feel like she has changed. Like, the person she is, he's cutting her off from her friends. He's totally isolating her. It scares me.
Chamin, I just want to ask, you said she is like you, the situation repeats itself. What would you wanted someone to do in that situation that you would listen to?
See, that's what's hard for me, because when I was in that situation, I was about her age and I was stupid, and I did it for 10 years. I was with a man who abused me, sexually assaulted me, cheated on me, and he wasn't even working. I was taking care of him and the house.
I'm sorry to interrupt,
so
but I'm mainly curious, who would you listen, or what advice would you listen, how it should be approached to you at that moment, so you would actually hear it.
But that's the problem. I wasn't. I had people. I don't know what would have convinced me at that time, because I was so convinced that this was like the love of my life, that I was going to spend the rest of my life with him, because I was dumb in that moment. And I saw what was happening, but I didn't see it like an outsider saw it. Like, my mom talked to me. She was trying to explain to me, like, this isn't good for you. This isn't good for your kids, like, blah, blah, blah. My friends were telling me, and I just didn't listen.
This is why, because we're getting lost in the story, and we've all heard this one before. So This is why I say you get don't talk to her anymore about it, because you're not being effective. And part of the reason why you're not effective is because proximity, what's that saying again, Dio? Proximity creates...
I don't know, what do you want me to say? Sorry.
Disrespect, in essence. It's a word for disrespect. I can't remember the exact phrasing of it, but the closer you are, the more difficult it is to hear the advice of somebody. And listen, I'm an expert. If you Google who's Canada's best dating coach, my name comes up. But my friends still go to other people for therapy for their relationship and their problems because I'm too close.
Right.
So this is why I said to you, order this book. Don't talk to her about it till you get it in hand. And when you get it in hand, don't make it about what you want to say to her. Make it about quantifying, grading his paper on a score out of 12. So she sees a number out of 12 of how much he's a failure for a good candidate for a long-term relationship. And then after she scored his paper, you go, would you want to be with the 12 out of 12? And of course, she's smart enough to go, yeah, because the 12 character traits is somebody who makes the right decisions. And you go, you're not going to get a 12 as long as you hold on to a 6.
I forgot to add too, he's also married to a man.
For benefits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We think that it might be more than that, but we can't prove it. But yeah, I actually was looking through your links yesterday after your live ended, and I'm planning on getting the bundle and getting like all of your books because I need them too. Like I have my own trauma from past relationships and stuff, so I need them too. I just started dating again. So I could use it too. 100%.
And here's the thing, Mama, if you do this and follow the instructions, monkey see, monkey do. She sees you being more logical, more empowered, and never ever falling for the wrong male again. That'll be her example.
Yeah. Yeah, I was single for 8 years because I needed to get back to being myself because I found myself trying to kind of change to fit what they expected of me. And so like 8 years ago, I was like, I'm done. Like I need to just take time to love me and be me and trying to find a healthy way to get into a new relationship. Because my mom messed me up. My relationships have messed me up. Like I'm a hot mess. Like how you were saying that you were when you got into your relationship with your husband. I'm very much like that. So yeah, no, I plan on buying like the bundle. Just waiting on getting paid.
May I also just to point out, you already have all of the answers because what you said that you don't know what you would say to yourself and how you approached it. And if at some point, because it seems to me that this might be a possibility, that even if you will give that book, it will just lay there. You need to analyze and talk to you about yourself and understand yourself at that time, and you will find the approach to her then because you understanding yourself, you are just a copy of one another, and you will find the way to reach her.
That makes sense, actually. I never thought of it that way, but that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's brilliant, actually. I appreciate that. I'm definitely gonna think about that.
Dio is a therapist himself, and actually that was free game he just gave you. That was brilliant, Dio.
That was brilliant. I never thought about it that way. Like what I have wanted or needed in that time. Thank you. That's profound, actually.
I'm happy to help.
Well, thank you. And like I said, I'm going to be ordering your books. And I thought about too having her, because my therapist told me to do this with a guy that I was dating recently. She said, make a list of pros and cons and see which one has more. And I thought about asking her to do that too. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get your book, and I'm definitely going to try to sit down with her with the list and have her go through it.
So I want you to listen carefully to the way I had you bring it to her.
Yeah.
The number of words I used is the number of words you need to use. Because if you go up to her holding this book and you start saying a bunch of words, she's going to shut down. Not this again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do this again because I want you to remember how I did it so you can execute it the same way, okay? I'm a behaviorist. So I choose the behaviors and I choose the words to make you efficient and effective and get the job done. All right?
Okay.
So when you get the book in hand and she's alone. Well, I mean, he's somewhere else, so you'll have opportunities. You go to her and you go, look what I got. And she goes, oh, Mom, I'm done with this. You go, hold on, baby girl, check this out. And you've got it open to chapter 37. You've got your finger. You've got your finger in it. You go, baby girl, check this out. She goes, oh, Mom, no. She goes, no, no, no. Take a look at this. Let's just take a second and grade his paper on the 12 character traits. I'm not going to say a thing. I'm not going to say a single word. Just grade his paper. It's going to take you a minute. Grade his paper on the 12 character traits. That's it. Aren't you curious? Don't you want to know?
Yeah.
And that's
like
all you say. Notice how few words I used.
Yeah.
Because
Because I don't want to make it seem like I'm coming at her. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why you use very few words, because the more words you use, the more she's going to shut her ears because she's done listening to you.
Right.
So bring her the book and you make it about her finding out if she's got a 12 out of 12. That's it.
Okay. And I hope she's honest with it too when she does it. I hope she's honest with it, because she doesn't seem to be when I try to talk to her. She seems to just like, no, that stuff's not, no, it's not really like that. It's not like that. And I'm like, he's been here now 2 weeks at a time, twice. And I've seen a lot of things in person that bother me. And I can't imagine what it's like, because she doesn't tell me stuff about her relationships when they're bad. She doesn't tell me because she knows that I'll flip out, and she knows her brother will find somebody and make them leave her alone. So she keeps it to herself. So I don't even know the full extent of like how bad it is. And she used to tell her friend, and her friend would tell me, but he got her to stop talking to her. So he has cut that friendship off. So I'm in the dark 99% of the time. But I know when they're fighting because she closes her bedroom door. She goes in there and closes the door. So I know there's an issue, but I don't know what or how bad. So yeah, I'm hoping she'll do it and be honest with it. But I will update you after I get it.
Please do, my love.
I will. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys have a good night. I'll be here listening.
You too, lovely. And for those of you, I figured out the word I got out of thesaurus. So proximity creates contempt. AJ.
Put it in the chat.
Okay. AJ. Hi, Holly.
Hi, I was just I got muted earlier, so I was trying to figure out what happened.
Oh, why you got muted? I don't know, my love. I wasn't watching. Did you have a question for me?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I mean, no, that was it. I was trying to.
I unmuted you. It was probably an accident.
Okay. But yeah, no, that story is kind of crazy because I'm listening to it. I'm like, dude, if he's doing that around, like while family is around, usually I feel like abusers like to kind of keep stuff private when they try to do stuff and isolate their partner. I feel like if he's comfortable doing that type of stuff around family, who knows what he's doing to your daughter while she's, while they're alone or away from you guys. Like, I really do hope that you find a way to get her out of that situation, honestly, because I was in the army. A lot of those guys can be kind of unstable. He's definitely unstable as hell. So hopefully, you can get through to her in time before something like really, really bad happens. But yeah.
AJ, we're
I'll
chatting.
I'll drop down.
Okay, AJ, we're chatting on Friday, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be fun. Thank you, lovely. We appreciate you. She's the only one. So AJ is part of a new wave. He's part of the wave of males that are exiting red pill culture, leaning in. Oh, hey.
I don't. This is the same chick from the chat earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
I wish Dio were here. He just left. Maybe she was purposely waiting for him to leave.
Siren, what did you want to say? Siren, hello, can you hear me? I think they butt dialed. I think they put tiles. I think they're embarrassed now. Ooh. You want all females to be
Rich
like
and
Bonnie Blue?
famous?
I think all females should be like Bonnie Blue. I think we should all be sexually liberated. We should all do whatever the fuck we want. We should all make a ton of money doing it. We all need to be Bonnie Blues. I agree fully. We need to be brilliant at what we do, so successful in what we set out to do that what we choose to do makes us millions and millions of dollars. I agree fully. Fully. Down with that. Sinjas. The lights on, baby, turn the lights on, baby, turn the lights on. Let's all be that successful.
Guys, one of their favorite things to say to me to try and take me down a notch, particularly on TikTok, is they tell me, "Oh, you look just like JoJo Siwa," and they're not saying it from like a nice place. And I'm always like, man, I wish I were rich and famous. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, so, I don't know. Doesn't hurt me. Like, I wish I were.
Right. Hello there. You mean I look rich and famous? Darling, get your Kodak out, click.
A girl can dance too.
Well, wasn't that her upbringing?
Yeah.
Bye,
Say what you
husband.
want about her, but she can dance she can dance better than anyone.
Yeah. It's probably more fit than whoever said that, right?
100%.
I bet JoJo Siwa has abs you can see. I'm gonna do a walk through, my loves. Head out for the night. Tonight was so fun. We had a good time, didn't we?
Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, minimum 2 hours, as usual. As usual, lovelies are going to do a book walkthrough and then head out for the night. Little Guinevere came to say goodbye. Hi. She came to say goodbye. Guys, you can use the buttons in the link in my bio to get your paperbacks on Amazon. Carla, Ginger, grateful for you, Sinchaps. Thank you. You're so welcome. Don't forget, use the buttons in the link in my bio to get your paperbacks on Amazon. These are my 3 workbooks with a bonus material. The No More Assholes workbook, Fix That Shit for Women workbook. By the way, No More Assholes and Fix That Shit for Women are also my audiobooks. And the Fix That Shit for Men workbook. I also have a free book, which is Fake Love Need Not Apply. October's so close. Guys, we're getting together in October in Niagara Falls, on the Canadian side, Fallsview Marriott full day conference starting with a meditation. We got guest speakers. We're going to show film. We're going to have a dance party. This day is full of amazingness. So if you want to come in person, you can buy a ticket. If you want to join virtually, you can buy a ticket. Link is in my bio. Lots of details in there to come check out. If you guys want the free book, it's Fake Love Need Not Apply, How to Identify and Safely Remove Posers, Losers, Scammers, and Predators. If you've been watching me thinking that you're in a relationship, but you're with a mistake, and you know you're with a mistake because you hear yourself say to your friends, he's such an asshole, he did it again. Dump the mistake, divorce the mistake, use Comeback Queen to heal faster from the breakup or divorce, and use No More Assholes to make sure you don't pick another mistake again. No more mistakes means no more suffering. No More Assholes is also an audiobook, also in Spanish. Don't forget to tell your amigas. Once you choose your amazing 12 out of 12, grab After the First Kiss. Make your new relationship rock solid from day one by avoiding pitfalls and self-sabotage. A lot of us are going to be bringing baggage with us, so you need your Fix That Shit book as well. Fix That Shit for women with the white cover, and then also Fix That Shit for men. These are going to help you with communication, conflict resolution, having a zero fight relationship. And you can have that because the man you pick loves you more than dysfunction. Men who want to heal from past breakups and select the right long-term partner, your dating book is the perfect play. Don't forget the teens. We got dating 101s. Definitely need that one. Yes, yes, yes. So the teens need education as well, because when we were not educated, we picked people that we called assholes because we were taught selection before observation. We're going to teach our teens observation before selection. That body count doesn't matter, and any losers that say so should be eliminated, blocked, and deleted, because those losers are controlling, insecure, stuck in the past, and PP obsessed. In other words, not the selection, because us smart women don't pick losers. So don't forget, get your teens dating 101, because a loser like this looks for somebody who's naive, uninformed, and uneducated. So don't leave them to be preyed on by this predator. Getting into your mental health, your emotional well-being. Say yes to goodness. 10 steps for a complete happy you is to elevate your happiness in 10 areas of your life that affect you mentally and emotionally. Custom Made is career coaching. You're going to identify and monetize your purpose, passion, and talent. And the Globe Journal is a 60-day journey designed to increase your self-esteem at an expedited pace by biohacking your brain. So daily writing and doing, guided by me to change your brain faster, elevate your self-esteem faster. If you've ever been abused, you need to do this and make sure you are never abused again, because abusive people require your low self-esteem in order to abuse you. Roulette Custom Made. Do you want to give me a page number? Or do you want me to just pick? 50 all aspects involving money, 50 in all aspects, period. So when it comes to childcare, if she does day shift, you do night shift. When you come home from work, all the responsibilities are yours. She did it during the day, you do it at night. 50-50 on the chores. We're going to switch off 1 week to the next. 1 week I'll do all the chores, and next week you'll do all the chores. Get your shit done. You need to be responsible for your shit. Bearing a child. Now, the only way to make that 50-50 is for you to pay for what I'm going to go through. Pay for my time off work. Pay for what my body is going to suffer in order for you to pay your share of 50-50. What's your question? Nobody saw your question. Any page. Oh, wrong book. Any page. There we go. Custom Made. Scroll up, bro. It's not showing up, but you've lost my interest because you didn't just type your question again using different words because I told you it didn't show up. You didn't bother doing that. So I'm not interested in your question anymore because now you just bored me by acting like a petulant child. All right. But if you catch yourself and become conscious of what's in your head, you can interject logic into your downward spiral and interrupt the flow of negativity, which means you'll redirect your thoughts before they become a force that will just pull in more negativity. So pull your head into goodness every time you find yourself feeling down. Take out the notes you created when someone acknowledged the good in what you do. Open up your stats and eyeball them again, giving yourself credit for the growth you've created. Remind yourself that your last success wasn't that long ago. Lift yourself back up and enter a mind space where the notion that you're successful reigns. And because like attracts like, your mindset will send out a vibe that will pull in more of what you want instead of leaving you spinning till you keel over from exhaustion. We're not interested in your stories. Males coming here and telling us stories get removed because nobody asked. Nobody's interested. and you're boring us. And us intelligent, intellectual women refuse to be bored. So we delete boring people. That hits. All right, my loves. Mwah. Stay longer than usual. Oh, good one. All right, my lovelies. Good night, Ripple, AJ, Just Ginger, CC, Emily, Dondra, Real Bella, Casey, Kat, Sailboat, Danny, Rin, Skeptically Speaking, Miss Kitty Cat, Warrior, Susan, Diana, Dee Dee, Sinchops, Mark, Rai, Twisted Sister, Callie, Douglas and Sunshine, Caroline, Zombified Hero, and Nana. Have a good evening, my lovelies. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good sleep tonight. Mwah.